Hello and welcome to TalkBack, the show where we ask tough, compelling questions from tough, compelling people. Our guest today needs little introduction. He left cricket in the early 90s to start what he called was the movement for justice, a movement he claimed would wipe out poverty and corruption, a movement he claimed would educate everyone. Some call him a cornered tiger. We call him the Khan. Imran Khan, welcome to TalkBack. BBC News, 15th October 2001, you said, "Let me tell you, none of us have any idea where we are headed." So where are we headed, sir?
Well, then we didn't know where we were headed. Now we do. And I think we are headed for a genuine democratic system for the first time in our history.
Where do you think that system is stemming from?
It's stemming from the fact that for the first time, a Chief Justice has asserted the independence of the Supreme Court. And backed by the lawyers' movement, later on by the civil society, for the first time we have a judiciary which derives its strength from the people of Pakistan.
All right, well, let's time travel a bit. Back in the day, you welcomed the coup. You've been on record for doing that. You also were supportive of the referendum. You were also against Nawaz Sharif. In fact, you called him a fascist the very day after he was deposed. What should we believe? Now you are with him. What should we believe?
But let me just put it in perspective. We supported General Musharraf because General Musharraf's first statement was that I have removed sham democracy and I'm going to bring in genuine democracy. And then he gave a 7-point agenda. So supported that agenda, not the man himself. Only miscalculation was that I felt he was sincere. And not only me, majority of the Pakistanis felt he was sincere. Secondly, about Nawaz Sharif, there is no doubt that the 11 years of democratic rule was deeply flawed. And Nawaz Sharif's 15th Amendment would have been a disaster for Pakistan because it would have actually, we would have had elected dictatorship. So that's why I opposed him. But in hindsight, even the worst democracy is better than a military dictatorship.
Do you think at this point, just saying that you thought something at that point and you think something else at this point, that you were in a different frame of mind at that point and you are in a different frame of mind now, you think that's enough?
Well,
you did, because supporting the referendum did put General Musharraf in power.
Well, it would not either way. I mean, whether I supported him or not, he had the military behind him, he would have stayed in power. But the fact is that we human beings make mistakes. Successful human beings learn from their mistakes. My mistake was that I somehow, like a lot of people, by the way, felt that General Musharraf was sincere and that our flawed democracy could only be resurrected.
Did you not learn from history? I mean, considering the experience Pakistan has had with military dictators?
We had two experiences of dictatorship. And somehow, it's true, I mean, we should have realized that a general is not the answer because a general always reimposes the status quo. He's not an engine for change. So I guess we made a mistake because of those circumstances. But I can say it now that never again will I ever support a military general, ever.
Is it fair to say that you are more sincere today than you were before? Because this is what in retrospect, this is what it looks like. You've switched positions on the MQM. You've switched positions on Musharraf. You've switched positions on Nawaz. You might have even switched positions, personal positions on education. So where do you stand?
This is not true at all. I mean, I have the only one mistake which I made in politics was supporting General Musharraf and believing that he was sincere. Apart from that, my position has not changed on anything.
You went to 9-0, sir. You went to 9-0.
I have never been to 9-0.
In December 96. And said Altaf Hussain is really a true revolutionary and he has launched a movement, this was reported in the Dawn, against the obsolete feudal system, and the message he gave to the poor and middle class is the voice of the poor of the party. Tehreek-e-Insaf fully backs it.
I have never ever made any statement like that about Altaf Hussain. The only thing I have done, not done, is criticize Altaf Hussain in the past. And there was only one reason for it. And that was that my political party in Karachi would have been exposed to the MQM terrorism. Out of fear of that, that's the only reason I never took on the MQM. But as far as that statement goes, I have never made a statement like that because it is not possible for me to call Altaf Hussain ever a revolutionary.
So you're refuting what the papers are saying?
This particular statement, wherever that came from, could not have been made by me.
All right, but regardless of that, why did it have to take May 12th for you to realize what the MQM, according to you, is really what it is?
Only one reason. Until May 12th, we had made a policy never to criticize the MQM.
Why?
The reason was that as the head of the party, it is my responsibility to, for the protection of my people in Karachi. Now, there is absolutely, if you are not an armed party, if you're not a militant group, there is no way you could protect yourself against the MQM in Karachi, especially since they've been in power under Musharraf. The whole government belongs to them. They have murdered, killed various peoples of the various political parties. I mean, they blew up the entire Sunni Tehreek leadership.
But why May 12th? What was
May
the trigger?
12th, so what was the difference on May 12th? May 12th was that 10 of my party members got bullet wounds in that carnage that took place on May 12th. The moment my party members were hit by MQM, that's when I decided. Because until then, MQM had not touched our party. And so we had not criticized them, they had not touched our party. The moment my party workers got injured, wounded by the MQM, that's when I decided. And by the way, I had told my party members...
it has to take violence on just your own party for you to realize that something which, according to you, is wrong is actually wrong?
Absolutely. Because...
Isn't that a little parochial?
No, it's not. It's the responsibility of my party worker depends on me as the party chief. I cannot be that irresponsible.
What about the people of Karachi?
No, but I cannot be that irresponsible that I put the lives of my party workers in risk in Karachi by giving statements sitting safely here.
We're talking to Imran Khan. Stay tuned to TalkBack.